Hey, hello, everybody. Hello, little Joaquin. This is your great uncle Carlos, Big Carlos. Shavaski Vaski with a Vaski Raski Raski, a Vaski Vaski with a Vaski Vaski Vaski. How are you? How are you? Look at I'm gonna well, that's good. I was saying hello to my grandnephew who likes to watch my show. Oh yeah. Good. It's good news I got a fan. Okay, I'm gonna check out something up here. Hey, what's up, guys? Well, I'm going to put the link in about a few minutes. Tonight is Spooky Night. Spooky Night, where we will tell horror stories and stories of nature. And then if you want to come up and tell a story, I'm going to put the link now. Yep, streamlights.com. Hello, people. Hello, Joaquin. How are you? Mhm. Hello, yes, with your deal, Vasky, Vasky, Shavaski, Vasky, Vasky. How are you? Mhm. How are you? Let's see. Saying hi to my grandnephew. Yeah. Well, let's talk about. Hello, pizza boy. Yes, pizza. Where is Tony Pizza? Huh? Yeah, I heard he is trolling over there. Mhm. Well, I'm gonna first of all, I'm gonna show you guys something. Hey, what's up, Tupac? Yep, let's start with the show now. Hey, hello, Cindy. How are you? Yeah, this place you see here is called the Toaster, a place where they down in Tijuana they sell peanuts, all kinds of nuts and candy. Let me show you the candy they sell. Oh yeah, like these right here. These over here, these are cocadas. Oh my God. Oh man. Yeah, these are cocadas. These are coconut candy. This is my favorite one. Well, this is down in Tijuana, Mexico. These you see here are caljamoncillos. Let me I'm gonna zoom it, okay? See right here? These are the jamoncillos. Here these are red these like pink and white are also made of coconut, and these damn I don't know what they are, but they're good too. But the top ones, the tan ones you see here, these are made of milk. They're milk candy. They're really good. Yeah. It says here, look at the place here. It says here the place has been open since 1948. Hey, hello, Jane. How are you? The place has been open here since 1948. Now, I'm going to go back to the story what I'm about to tell you. Well, it's not really a story. Okay. But it's just something. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine this? I'm going to show you something. Can you imagine 19? Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, we'll leave it to here. Can you imagine 1973? And you went to this movie house. There used to be a movie house. And you went to go see a horror movie. And the horror movie started at, like, say, for example, around 6:45 p.m. And you got out like around 8:45 or maybe 9 or something, or maybe a little sooner. But, and it was dark. You didn't have no car to go home. All you had is a couple of bucks to maybe take a cab or take a bus. But 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 there was no way to get home. The only way you had to go home is you had to walk through here, and it was dark, really dark, creepy. Creepy. And you have to turn here and walk this street right here. Walk this street. And you have to pass the house, a house that is known to be haunted, which is the house that I'm going to show it to you right now. This house right here, a place that a sinister incident happened back in the 40s. An incident that I will tell you guys later. And you have to walk home like this. Make a left turn here. And you walk. And you walk, but your home house is too far. You walk to here, to here, and here, to here, to here, to here. And you have to climb these stairs in the dark. And your house was up here in this neighborhood, but you still had to walk about 5 blocks away to your own house in the dark. And you just watch a horror movie. You imagine that? You know why I tell you this? Because we used to do that back in the day. Climb these stairs, in the dark. Yeah. Right after we went to the movies, and sometimes we saw a horror movie. And we had to walk in several blocks here. That's the neighborhood. Yes, this is the place that I grew up. This is where I lived when I was a boy, a young boy, before I came to live here in 1978. Yep. This is a park here. This is a very old park. Yeah. They say in this park many years ago, Carlos Santana listened to his first rock and roll band, to his first live rock and roll band here on this park. Back sometime, I think it was in the late 50s, right in this park you see here. In this park, I used to go there when my parents used to take me here when I was a toddler to this park. The park's still here. Yeah, that's Tijuana, Mexico. It's right to the border. It's for the border with the U.S. A lot of horror stories happen here. A lot of stories. Let me tell you something about this park. Something happened here around this park many years ago in a house that was located somewhere around here. Not exactly where, but I would say maybe over here. But most of the the neighborhood is mostly commercial, but there used to be houses here back in the day. Well, let me tell you a story that happened in this park, in a house near this park many years ago. Oh, thanks, Cindy. Well, there was a house in this park, and there was this two women that lived in that park. Two women. One lived with her husband, and one was single. And the woman's dad lived there also. The married woman's like the story goes, the married woman, her husband, used to work in San Diego. I think he worked in some hotel or something. And he would drive each afternoon to San Diego, cross the border, like a lot of people do these days also. And he would come home like around midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. Come home. So it turns out that the husband started having an affair with his sister-in-law. He would come home instead of going right to so he would come home instead of going right to his room with his wife. He would go to his sister-in-law's room. So one night, the sister, the married the wife, found out that he was cheating on her, and she grabbed a pistol and confronted him, and told him, and yelled at him and tell him are you cheating on me like that, and calling him all kinds of names and everything. And it started a violent argument, a loud argument started, and the woman shot him and killed him. The father woke up to see because he heard the noise and everything. Said what had happened. He saw the gun. And he said to his daughter, "Look, look, look. When the cops come, I'm gonna say I did it. Okay? You see? You see? I got the gun now. Okay? I'm gonna tell them I did it. Okay? I'll go to jail. You don't worry. Okay? I'll say I did it. Okay?" Yep. The cops came and they said what had happened here, and the father explained. He said, "Well, this gentleman, he was hitting my daughter, so I just grabbed this gun and shot him and killed him." Okay? And the police, without hesitation, handcuffed him and took him to jail. The father was convicted for the crime. Did his time. I mean, did his time, but he died when he got out of prison. He died. And legend has it that the father's ghost appears walking in this walking around this park, walking around this park. They say if you see a man wearing an old suit, like kind of an old suit that when you look at the old movies that Humphrey Bogart or James Cagney wore in the old movies, see a man walking with a fedora and a very old suit, you say, "Whoa, what's that, man? Is that guy going to some costume party?" No, it's actually the ghost, and people have claimed they have seen him. His name was Mr. Joe Spinell. He was from Portugal. He migrated to Mexico from Portugal, and he was a rich man. And some people have claimed they've seen him walking down the street in that park. It happened like around, I think, the 50s, I think it happened. Yep, this park here. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice place. It's a nice park to visit. I remember on this street right here, every year they used to have a carnival here with rides and Ferris wheels and merry-go-round and all that kind of stuff here back in the day. Back in the day on this street right over here, they used to have it. Used to go there. I remember I got on the Ferris wheel. Oh my god, and I was so scared. you know, a lot of us are afraid of heights. Well, now let's go back to that movie theater. Here's another story I have. That's about this movie theater. Years ago, I think this was like in the '60s. There was this boy who was like around 15 or 14 at the time, and and he loved to go to the movies, especially to this movie theater, because he would watch triple feature. The triple feature sometimes would consist of maybe of an American war movie, something, or a Western, American Western, or Mexican movie, or something like that. Some movie like a beach movie from the 60s, whatever. He loved to go every weekend. Every weekend, his mother would give him money to go. So one day, he went to his mother on Friday when she was supposed to, when she got paid, usually on Fridays. And the son came in and asked the mother for money to go to this movie theater. Now it's a playhouse now, but it used to be a movie theater. It had neon signs. Hey, hello, Scott. How are you? It had neon signs and everything back in the day. And here were the letters here where you see the reddish thing. Here were the reds, and here, yeah, it was a neon sign. So the kid asked his mother for money to go see the movies here, to go to these movies. And the mother told him, "Son, I don't have money now, but I'll tell you what. The lady who's supposed to my boss, lady, she didn't pay me, but she says she's gonna pay me after like lunch or whatever, or maybe this afternoon. Okay, mom, I got you." Okay. So the kid, instead of going to an early show, he went to a late show of this movie. Got out of the movie house and decided to go home. But his home was about several blocks away. I'm gonna have to say about 9 or 10 blocks away. And it was at night, and the house was near. I'm gonna show you. Well, his house was near this cemetery. This cemetery. Let's see. Yeah, this cemetery, which is several blocks away from that theater. I'm gonna have to say about a mile away or something. A mile or so from that theater. So his home was around here at the time, and he had to walk through maybe through here, or maybe uh, walk maybe over here where there's another street going that way. So he decided, well, go home like any else, and he walked through here, and he saw this strange lady walking down the street, and the strange lady approached him and told him that, "Can you walk me home? It's very, how dangerous is this?" And the young boy said, "Sure, I'll walk you home." And they walk, and they came to this gate. This gate you see here, this is the gate of the cemetery, and told her, "This is my home." "Is this your home?" "But this is the cemetery." "No, I do live here." Oh my God, you can't be true. Come on. Are you putting me on or something? Yeah, no, actually live here. Yes. Next thing, he next thing he knew, he saw the woman walk through the gate without opening the gate, and then the gate was still locked. Nobody had opened the gate, and the woman went in. And when he saw that, he ran home, scared shitless, running all the way, and he couldn't. And the next day, he couldn't even talk because he was so scared of what he had witnessed. he had witnessed the ghost of a woman who years ago had died because her parents didn't want her to marry a guy from a lower class society, from a lower class. And she had died, they say, of love, but she said in her diary, "One day I will come back to you," according to history, and she's buried in this cemetery right here. The cemetery is still here. This picture was actually taken about maybe in 2018 or 2019 or something. Yeah, yeah. It's in the zone. They call it the zone, the North Zone. This you see here, the sign. It says Jersey, Milk Jersey. It's a milk they sell, a popular milk they sell in this city. And this is gas. These are propane gases. They take them to people's homes, so the warms up the water and gas. You know. Yep. Exactly. 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 You know, Cindy, the scare. You know why I like telling this story? Because I used to go to that movie theater as a kid, and I used to go watch horror movies there as a kid, and then we used to go to late shows. They're back in the early '70s when I was a kid. You know, I'm 57, but when we were like I was 8 or 10, we used to go watch movies there. And in those days, there were triple features. There were triple features in that movie theater, huh? Yeah, that movie theater closed its doors back in 1990. There was an incident that happened when somebody went downstairs to the to use the bathroom and started smoking. And you know, with the smell of the of all the bathroom waste and everything, that that turns into a gas when it stays there. You know, you don't have windows or anything to get rid of it, or I don't know what you call fans or something. You don't have none of that stuff. And if it stays there for quite a long time, it turns into a gas, flammable gas, and it can blow up. And the place blew up in 1990, yeah, because somebody went downstairs to have a cigarette. Yeah, the bathroom was downstairs. You know, many businesses back in the day, here even here in America, I mean here in the states, uh, had their bathrooms built underground. Many old buildings, if you ever notice, in places, you know, maybe in your city, you might remember one back when you were little. Going to one, I remember the Grand Hunt Station in San Diego. Its bathroom was underground downstairs. You had to go back these stairs, and I remember you went downstairs, and the bathroom was big, and they had a guy, and they had this guy shining shoes and everything. Yeah. I don't know if in New York was like that, but I guess it was. I think so. Yeah, these stories, kind of scary. But I'm going to tell you our story. It wasn't scary, but when we used to go home right after that theater, our home at that time. This was 50 years ago. At the time, we used to take a bus. We used to go to that movie theater, and the bus would take us going this way, going to the street, going to this street like this, all the way over here like this, up and up, up and up. You see, up and up, up. Let's see, up, yeah, up, more up. Yeah, this is how the bus used to take us. This, like this. I tell you, and it was dark, and it was high. And not only that, it was also a tough neighborhood, full of gangbangers and lowlights and thieves and you name it, all kinds of people. Go through this street, and this curve. You see here curve. This curve where you see this, the white van. So this curve you see here, back in the day, it was called the curve of death. The curve of death because there was a lot of accidents here. They used to call the curve of death. This curve right here. There was a lot of fatal accidents there. They used to call the curve of death. Right here and right here, you see, we're almost home. I tell you, this was our home right here. You see these houses? This is where I used to live. And we used to get off, and a bus used to drop us right here. In this building you see here, this used to be a mom and pop store years ago. So we had to walk through here. And in those days, this was all dirt road. This was all dirt road. Hmm. And right here, this where you see this white fence, I want to tell you a story that happened there. A very short, tragic story that happened back in those days. Okay, back in those days when they were building here a fence here, they were building with bricks, and the cement wasn't dry enough, and these kids were playing around there, and one kid got so close to the to the bricks, to the brick blocks here, and they started playing. You know how kids are and everything. Boom! Since the cement wasn't dry enough, the bricks fell, and they actually killed the poor kid instantly. I remember I heard it. I was only 8 years old at the time, and believe me, it shocked the hell out of me. It freaked me out so much. So we used to walk. So okay, that's one thing. Okay, and we used to walk through here, and our home was over here. We're almost there. Almost there. Right, right here. Right here. You see this? This was a hall, and this right here, this apartment, this was our home. You see the shower still here, the bathroom, and this was our house. And over here, and over here, yeah, not over here. All of this was dirt road. Walk through here. Mhm. Okay, this this is where we came from. Here there was nothing here at the time. Now there's even a motel here, but there was no motel there. And right over here, let me guys show you here. And you see this place right here? This is the United States, and this is the border here. And this is San Isidro Imperial Beach over here. Yeah, that's the United States. Yeah. Yep, a lot has changed. There were no houses there at the time over here. And right over here, okay, we go. You see here? This is the wall. This is the fence. Right over here. I don't know if I can do it. Yes, I can. Yes. This is the United States right here. Yeah, that's the United States over here. You see? Yeah, this is the wall. Yeah. This I don't know what they are. I think they're like government. I don't know exactly. I think it's their houses. I don't know. But there used to be farms here years ago, back in the day. They were like cattle farms back because there's an avenue called Davy Mark Road over here, over there. I don't know. This might be some kind of power plant or something. Yeah, they don't allow nobody to come here. With these guys, I don't know. Yeah, this is called the North Zone of the city. It's not a. It's not. It's not a. It's not. It's a bad part of town. It's full of. Yeah, this is the same part where we saw the cemetery. This is the same neighborhood over here, and over here, yeah, this is the same neighborhood we were by the cemetery nearby, but it's not. Uh, Now we're gonna go see downtown. Yes, we were here. Yeah, this church right here. I remember this church. Uh, yeah, the supermarket here has just been here for more than 50 years now. This used to be a movie theater also. Now it's like some kind of Christian church right over here. Okay, over here. No, no. Yeah, this is hospital, Guadalajara Hospital. They've been this hospital since, oh my gosh, they're older than I am. I know that. Right here used to be a laundromat here. It's called the Bubble Laundromat, Burbuja Laundromat. Yeah. This yellow building here called Electra, this used to be an old movie house also, way back in the day. They closed that back in the 90s, early 90s. And this you see here, this is the cathedral. This is the city cathedral of Guadalupe Cathedral, the church here. Right here, this is one of the most oddest things I ever seen in my life. This is like an open market where you can buy fruits, cheeses, and all kinds of stuff. Like a farmer's market inside there. And I remember you used to go in there, and there was a little movie theater in there. Hmm. They used to back in those days. Oh, cool. Yeah. Now we're here. Hmm. Okay. So now I'm showing you this used to be when I was a kid. I used to hang out around here. This right here used to be a toy shop, big one, I remember. Now it's like a warehouse, something they have over here. Yeah. And right over here, there used to be a guy, they used to call him the Candle because he was a night watchman over here. He used to watch these buildings right here. Right here. Yeah, right here. And my godmother used to live right here, right somewhere around here. So right around here, my godmother used to live. And one of these, her house is no longer there. They tore down everything and they made all these into shops. Uh, and over here, right on this block here, my dad used to have a. Oh, what the? My dad used to have a. He used to sell. He used to sell. Uh, he used to have a produce business right inside here. Oh God, I haven't been here inside here since I was a kid. And the guy that owned all this used to live here, in this house here. And my dad used to have his business right here, wholesale produce. That was the thing. The restaurant was here. Yeah. Yeah. Now over here, there used to be a lot of shops. Used to be here, like it was like a farmer's market. Now there are regular shops. Like this is like a taco stand, pork carnitas tacos they sell. This is like what they sell here. I think it's the tortilla shop. This building here, over here, this drugstore you see here. This is the only building still there, exactly how what it was. Most of them, there were a lot of shops that the old ones have disappeared. There used to be a bread shop, bakery shop. Mhm. And over here, now this is the fun part. This street you see here is called Revolucion, and up here, yeah, mhm, industrial. Yeah, you're right, Cindy. Yeah. So let's see, where am I right now? Oh, where? Okay, okay. This building you see here, this top building, used to be in the old days. Used to be a discotheque. Back in the days of the '70s, it was even called 2000 Odyssey, just like in the movie Saturday Night Fever. Yeah. And then as time went by, it had a lot of names. Later it was called Regine's. Later on it was called Bad Boys. I don't know, so many names it had. The building now, think nobody there. But there was a day when all this street you see here, this like it was Friday nights and Saturday nights. They were full of college students from the U.S. would come here and party. This was a lot of nightclubs was full of here. There was a lot of nightclubs here back in those days. Here on this corner right here, there was one. Now it's a drugstore. There was one. There was one over here. I think place here where they tore it down. There were several of them. And here you see this is Tijuana's finest police. There was some here also, and the one I remember the most. And there was one here on this corner. Well, yeah, right here there was a place they used to call. Let me see if it's still there. Okay, well, okay, they used to call here the oh my god, I can't believe it's no longer there. Nope, it's not there no more. But they used to call it the largest bar in the world at one time. Now it's like a sushi, what? Sushi ramen? God. You're right in this corner now. It's like a dental place in a convenience store. There used to be a bar here called Margarita's Village. Also, this is the one that has survived. I think it's over here. Pásale. Ya abrí, ya la prendí. Oh, somebody just came to my door. Okay, this is the one. This is a bar. This is the only one that's still around from back then. I'm talking back in the 80s. Man. Yeah. Yeah, they have a lot of them. Yeah, this is the tourist area. This is famous. Let me see if I can find one of them here. Oh my God! Let me see if I can find. Oh no! Let me see if let me go back. Oh, right here. Here we are. You see this? This is taking picture with the donkey. This is taking picture with the donkey. You get on up here and you put a sombrero and you take a picture. A lot of people, a lot of tourists, when they go to Tijuana, they take a picture. This is a famous one. This is the iconic thing. A lot of even famous people have gone down to do. I have taken pictures with the donkey. Like for example, the author of The Great Gatsby, F. Scott Fitzgerald, uh, um, with his wife Zelda, visited Tijuana and took a picture with the donkey. Even some actors, famous movie stars, have gone up, have taken pictures there. Famous people, there's tourists and like that. Taking picture with the donkey. Famous picture right here. Yeah, right here. And it eats corn and I think alfalfa. It's eating. And yeah, this is a tourist area. And over here, this is mostly the working class area. Not the tourists, but the working class section of the city. This is, I think, this is a school. This right here used to be a shoe shop. It was owned by, it was owned by my brother-in-law's uh, sister. His sister and her husband owned it here. But I think, I don't know, they closed it a long time ago. His sister died from COVID back in 2000. Yeah. Remember went there to visit, really nice woman, very nice lady. Yeah. And this over here, this barber shop you see here, called Rex Barberia. I went there once to get my hair cut. And if I go down there, I will get a haircut there too. And funny right here, and somewhere around here, my brother was walking by. This was about like, I don't know, 50 years ago. He was walking by, and there was some kind of fight here between these other kids. Fights, boom, boom. And my brother went by it, and when the cops came, they rounded all the kids, and they rounded up my brother, even though my brother had nothing to do with it. It was somewhere in the state until my dad came and came and picked him up at night. Yeah, right here. There used to be an old furniture store, a paint store here. hmm This what you have here. This is a popsicle shop. You'll find popsicles of many flavors, whether cherry, strawberry, coconut, orange, and all kinds of, and yes, ice cream and other goodies. Yeah, yeah, and over here, this over here. Oh, I gotta check this place out when I go there. Yummy menudo. Hey, looks pretty good place to go eat. Looks better than the place across the street that I went to go eat the last time I was there. Mmm. Let's check it out. Oh, look at that. Oh. Mmm. Mmm. Mm. Yeah, that's how they eat it with bread. Menudo, yeah. Since I know Tijuana, I will say Tijuana. I don't know much about Juarez, but I'll say Tijuana's the best place to go. because I think they got better weather like that, and I'll have to say Tijuana is the best place to go. Hmm. I gotta check that place out. Oh my god, that looks good. Oh, that's a pretty good place. Yeah, that was yeah Tijuana. I was saying yeah, better place because I think it's safer. It's a lot bigger. It has more to offer. Yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, yeah, a lot of history. Well, Tijuana has more to offer. You can also it it has it's not just Tijuana. It's also if you go south, you'll have places like Rosarito And if you go further, a little southern, you got a place called Puerto Nuevo, which is a lobster town. It's true. Yeah, a lobster town called Puerto Nuevo. You got Rosarito, which is like about another. It's about 20 minutes south. Has a great beach. Everything. Back in the day, Rosarito used to be a a big tourist place. I mean, there was the weekends were full of Americans, going there. Families would go there, spend the day, would go there, and at night, families would go back home to the states, and at night, all the college kids would flood the entire nightclubs and go party like that. I mean, those were sometimes. I remember those days back then. That's what back in the late '80s. Yeah, yeah. They had bike races. They were from they were like there were these like mini Tour de France races, which were like from Rosarito to Ensenada. That was about an hour. That's usually about 40 miles away, and there were like 40-mile races, bike races from Rosarito to back then. uh, Motorcycle races, all kinds of events they were. But like in the 2000s, the cartel violence started happening, and the tourists got scared to go there no more. But back then, I mean, it was a great place to be. Back in the '80s, it was nobody was afraid. They felt safer over there. Yes, I'm in the states. Yes, exactly. I'm in California. Yes, I'm in California. Mhm. Yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead. Sure, sure, Cindy. Okay, here you go. Well, because there's a lot of stories of La Llorona. There's even in other countries like in El Salvador and in Colombia, Argentina. It's a story that goes back to the days of the conquistadores. When the Spaniards first came to the Americas in the 16th century. Right after Columbus, I'm talking. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, there is one story that's La Llorona. This is the original one. Legend has it that back in maybe was in the 17th century, I think it was. Yeah, 17th century in Mexico, which is those days it was called the colony, because it was a colony that belonged to Spain. It was called the New Spain. It was called the colony. It was called. It was from they were. It was from what's now New Mexico all the way to Argentina. It was part of Spain during that time. So there's a story about this woman who was a poor peasant woman who falls in love with this rich aristocratic military man who you know falls in love, and then the and they have a secret family, children. And when the father of the aristocrat man found out about it, he said, Son, I forbid you to see that Indian woman. You are going to marry someone from your class in the coming weeks. I forbid you." And he listened to his dad, and he forgot about the love he had for that woman, for that poor woman and her children. So the man was getting married at the time with the woman in the church, and the woman, the peasant, came into the church and confronted him and told him, "How dare you? How can you do this to me? How can you betray me?" and all that kind of stuff, yelling at her, and she made a scene, and she was thrown out of the church, and she got so angry of what her lover had done to her. She went home and it took her anger and her hate on her children by murdering her children and throw them into a lake so they can, and the children died in that lake and they drowned. But when the villagers heard about this, they had her arrested and she was executed. And the local priest would say, no, her crime was so terrible crime. She has no she has no forgiveness from God, and she doesn't deserve a decent funeral. No, no. So she died and everything. And legend has it that she people have heard her for years and years and generations that she come She appears at 9 saying, "Oh, ay mis hijos, oh my children," looking for her dead children. Yeah. Many people say they have seen her. I've heard the noise, "ay mis hijos," for years. Goes back to years and years. They say if you see her, you're gonna die. They say some people, the legend of La Llorona. Yeah, that is and there's all kinds of stories surrounding La Llorona from in Mexico, in Central and South America. They have their own versions of it, but it's a story that goes back to many generations in Mexico and in Latin America in general. People would say, "Yes, my grandfather used to tell me that story when I was a little boy, just to scare me and go to bed." Yeah, yeah. Acting if I was naughty, I was gonna see La Llorona. Yeah, but it was. Yeah. Yeah, through the years since I was a kid, I've been people have told me about La Llorona. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Why they saw her? Well, I don't know why, but a lot of people say they seen her really. Yeah, a lot of people have claimed they have seen her and heard her. I remember a cousin of mine told me the story about several of her friends who used to wake up early in the morning to go to work as they were walking to work, and it was dark, still dark, like around 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. They heard a noise that resembled of La Llorona. I heard that kind of story, and also the story of the God, how many people say they have seen her? Mm, since I was a kid, I've heard stories about people, and my grandfather would tell me stories similar to La Llorona. Told me that when he was alive. Oh, you mean, witch or ditch? I say. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, and there's another story too. It goes back. It comes from southern Mexico. They say there was a woman that was okay. Let's see. Let me see if I can find that story. Oh, here it is. The Matlasigua. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. So sorry to hear. So sorry to hear about Joey. Well, here's one. It's called a Matlasiwa. Matlasiwa. I'm gonna spell it here on the site check. It's called. Yeah, this is this legend of Matlasigua. This is another legend similar to La Llorona. Yeah, the Matlasigua. Oh, love you too, Cindy. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for coming by.